welcome back to SnowRunner, y'all, and welcome to, or rather, welcome back to, Rock Runner's Mud Park. Now, the reason we are back out at Rock Runner's Mud Park today is because we have a wild assortment of ATVs and side-by-sides to take through the mud today. Now, as you may be able to tell, the CanAm X3 up front is, well, it's about the length of a limousine, and the reason why it's that long is because the frame needed to be stretched to house the 2JZ. Now, this thing actually does, or rather that thing, I should say, actually does have a 2JZ swapped into it, and it's based off of a build that was done in the real world, and you might have seen a version of that particular side-by-side that Frog made a long time ago. However, this is an updated version of it and not the same vehicle at all, apart from really in sort of the name that they were both based on Can-Ams, but still, this one has so much work done to it, or rather, so much more work done to it than the old one did. Now, behind that one is the Foxer ATV. Behind that is Lime's heavily modified Power Wheels Jeep, and on the very back is the Lander 1000 by Dubs, and of course, the tow rig is Lime's Aries 2.0, and the trailer is from the IR Gooseneck pack. Now, all of these mods will be linked in the description box down below, so if you're curious as to any of the information regarding these mods, all of that will be down in the description. So we're going to be skipping the obstacles on this side of the water. We're going to be going over to the other side, because there's a lot of different obstacles over here that I find rarely get used, at least from me. I rarely use the obstacles that are over here, and I really want to use them more because there's a lot of obstacles over here that are really, really, really good. Like the Powerline Bog is really good, the Hill Climb is really good, or rather Hill Climbs, because there's a bunch of them. But there's so much stuff over here that I find rarely ever gets used. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually try these things out sort of in the order that they're going to come off of the trailer, and we're going to see how all of these end up doing on a very interesting variety of obstacles. So I think over here by the fuel tanks is going to be the best area for us to unload. And like I said before, we're going to be driving these things in the order that they come off of the trailer, which means the Lander 1000 is going to go first. So let's fire it up, and, oh, it doesn't seem to, oh, there it goes. Ah! I legitimately thought I was in reverse. Wow. Wow. All right. Well, let's call up the mobile mechanic real quick and get them to fix that. Oh my God. I feel terrible about that. Now, we do have this thing as fully built as we can possibly have it. We've got the mud-focused tires on it, and I want to see what this thing can do. Now, I'm not going to dive right into the middle of that mud pit. I'm going to hang on to the side for a little bit, and then I'll dive into the middle a little bit later, because I feel like, you know, this thing is a little bit smaller, and if we throw it right out into the middle, it's gonna be over pretty dang fast. But right off the bat, it's not doing too bad. I mean, we're still in high range, which is really impressive for something with tires this small. Look at this. Okay, it just now kind of slowed way down, and let's see if we back it all the way off. Like, all the way off. We didn't even have the lockers on yet. Jeez. And low minus. Let's put it in just standard low. It's still going. Like, that's honestly... that's a really impressive job from this thing. I mean, it's no crazy mud truck, but it definitely moves out for a small ATV. Now, it's kind of slowing down to the point now to where we wouldn't really be able to go much further, but that's a really, really good result. Like, a really good result, especially in this mud pit. Like, this mud pit is genuinely difficult, so I have absolutely, like, nothing but respect for that thing. Now, this is also going to need a little bit of a visit from the mobile mechanic because, well, it was a bit dented. So, this is Lime's Power Wheels, and it is insane. It's a little bit wacky, and when I say it's a little bit wacky, it's actually very wacky. It sinks pretty quickly, but it also is able to carry a ton of speed, and I think that's because it's technically extremely heavy. Holy... and I'm on my lid. That didn't take very long. I feel like that should have taken way longer. I don't know why we're already flipping this thing over. I knew it was going to be explosive, but I didn't know it was going to be so explosive that the first thing it was going to do in the first, like, 20 feet was do a backflip and then wind up upside down. I wasn't really expecting that, but I guess that's where we're at with it right now. Can we? No, I don't want that. Can I? Thank you. I was like, can I have one of those? Hey, there we go. All right, are you ready for another send? A real one this time. Holy crap! Oh my god! Well, we were moving. Oh, we're moving again. We just had to put it in low. It just got to the point where I couldn't even see the thing anymore. It was just gone. A little further. Oh, maybe not. God, if you even remotely mess up the wheel speed, it just immediately sinks. Immediately sinks. There's like nothing you can do. It's just like, wham, down it goes. There's the other one. Okay, so there's the Lander 1000. We're gonna just ease our way past that. I love how all that we're looking at right now is just like a chair. We're just looking at like this person in a chair just going through the mud. You can't see the rest of the thing. You can't see the rest of the Power Wheels Jeep. It's just not even there. Oh. Come on. Maybe? Oh, it's gonna make it to the end. Yeah, it's not going slow enough yet to where I'm like, it's probably not gonna make it. No, it's gonna make it. It's gonna make it. I'm just a little bit iffy on whether or not it's actually going to, trying to even figure out what the best way to describe it would be. Like, whether or not it's gonna make it there without its immense weight getting in the way. And I know some of you may say, well, that immense weight is not realistic. And I'm like, well, you know, it is what it is, because I guarantee you, if it didn't weigh that much, it wouldn't be able to drive the way Limes intended it to drive. So, the weight was probably necessary in terms of developing the vehicle. So, easy on up. I think I can put it back in. Nope, it wants to spin again. All right, now go. A little bit. Oh my god. The second it hit fourth gear and got grip, it took off. I can barely control this thing. I'm almost to the end, though. And I think at this point, we can safely assume that it's gonna be all right. I mean, we're gonna make it to the end. There's no question of whether or not we're gonna make it to the end. What I find interesting, though, is the fact that, like, throughout that entire thing, there was never once where it felt like it hit a wall and, you know, couldn't go anymore. It just went all the way throughout the entire mud bog. Now, let's see. The Foxer ATV is what's up next. And this thing is obviously going to be a lot more realism focused, so don't expect something like Lime's Power Wheels. We're not pitting these against each other. We're just seeing how they perform in general. This is going to be a lot more, I would expect a lot more like the Lander 1000. I just don't know how, oh, it's definitely a lot slower, even slower than the Lander. And again, I'm not saying that makes the Lander any better. It just depends on what kind of experience you want. Like, if you want an experience that's going to be a lot more like a real-world ATV, this one's definitely the way to go. But at the, like, on the flip side of that, if you want something that's going to just absolutely tear a hole in the space-time continuum, then you're going to want Lime's Power Wheels, or really a lot of other trucks by Limes. And it really all depends on my mood. Like, sometimes I want a realistic experience like this one, and other times I want a vehicle that is going to create a black hole in the middle of the map, like Lime's vehicles do. It's still moving, though. Let's put it into some of the deeper stuff and see if it keeps it up. Nope. Yeah, it's already starting to have trouble. Okay, yeah, that's... Ooh, it is plowing. But, I mean, it's still going. It plowed into the ground a little bit, but it's definitely still going. Ooh. Oh, it's actually also starting to take on damage. Come on! You know, ironically enough, it might just barely edge out the... Oh, no, it's stuck. Right where the Lander got stuck. Wow. That's, like awkwardly impressive. Now, though, it's time to try this. This is... Well, it's a side-by-side limo is what it is. But, no, it is a very stretched CanAm X3 with a 2JZ in the back. Or rather, Well, I guess that would be rear-mounted. I mean, it's technically mid-rear, but, I mean, either way, because it's, you know, it's in front of the rear axle, but still, either way, I'm sure it's gonna shred. So, let's see what this, frankly, bonkers limousine can do. 3, 2, 1, send! Oh! Yeah, it shreds. Okay. I know I'm kind of in the shallower stuff right now, because I know that if I take it out into the middle, it's gonna sink immediately with all this speed. But look at that! For this particular mud depth, it absolutely just eats. Oh, trying to kind of get a little bit better grip. Here we go. Yeah, see, if you stay a little bit closer to the edge, you can just do laps. Now, the middle, though, oh, yeah, look at that. If we go a little bit closer to the middle, it's like, nope, we're done. It literally says we are done here. Now, one thing I'm curious about, though, outside of the whole mud pit, is how is this going to perform if we throw it at a hill climb? Because I think it might actually do pretty well. Let's pull up just so we can get a good standing start. All right, 3, 2, 1, send. Oh, wow. The long wheelbase makes it perfect for the... It is so stable. Look how stable that was. That was probably the most stable I've ever seen something going up that hill. Because those hill climbs are, frankly, known for making vehicles flip over backwards, and they're very, very, very good at it. And I want to try one of the other ones, because even though that one is like sort of the last one in the series, there's a couple more that offer slightly different types of challenge. So let's try a couple of those. So that was that one. Now this one gets a little bit gnarlier. It's got like a dip right here at the start. Oh, yeah, that one will throw you if you're not careful. But, again, that wheelbase still helping us out a ton. Let's circle back around one more time and try one more of those hill climbs. Because I think this thing might be able to just monster all of them with no issue. Coming back down was driver error, though. And we're fine. And just to make sure that we are good to go, mobile mechanic time. There we go. Before we hit another one of those hill climbs, we'll just get this thing freshened up real quick. All right, so this one, I don't think we're going to have any issue at all. Like, this one, it should just be a walk in the park. Easy up that one. Easy up this one. This one gets a little steep at the top, but still not even remotely an issue. Like, this wheelbase has got to be the most well set up hill climbing wheelbase I've ever used on this map. Like, it does not care. It will go up anything. What does this one look like? Oh, that one's a little bit, like, rutted out. Oh, this is cool. You could either go to the right or the left. Let's go to the left, because I've never done that one before. And now I'm just, like, enjoying doing hill climbs in this thing. So there goes that. And boom. This one's a little rough. A little bit more torn up, but still, again, it's... Wow. It's like limo comfy up those hill climbs. That's insane. I did not expect hill climbing to be this thing's like #1 strong suit, but it absolutely is. But if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below, and let me know also if there's anything you would like to see. And if you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on, and I will see y'all next time.